This is my third time trying to film this video, and I cannot be bothered to put in contact lenses or dress nicer for the video. So you gotta deal with me in my glasses, with no makeup, in a hoodie. If you guys are wondering what hoodie I'm wearing the Mark Twain collaboration hoodie with Represent. The second collaboration he did with Represent, it sucked, but thank God I got the hoodie and I really like the hoodie. So yeah, let's get into the video. Hi people, if you're new around here, hi, my name is Zee and I run this YouTube page. But if you're not new here, you might know me from either Instagram or more recently Twitter, because I'm more active on Twitter under the handle Lalibite. So in today's video, I don't know if you can tell, if you follow me or watch all my videos, why are you not subscribed if you watch all my videos? Besides the point, if you watch my videos, you will know that I changed up my background. It's a little different. I'm filming on my bed right now, hence why you see the plush head and Angry Bird pillow covers. Don't ask me about these, ignore it. Moving on, I decided to switch up my setup because I wanted to see whether this setup is a bit better than my usual setup, which is at my table using natural lighting. So currently I'm using a ring light, hence you can see the ring light reflection on my spectacles, my glasses, whatever you want to call them. And since once again I've tried to film this same particular next couple of videos 3 times, I found that even though I like the lighting situation better at my window, the audio using this setup is actually just way better. So I wanted you guys to see this setup as well and give me your opinions on what you like more, whether you like me filming at the bed more or filming at my table more. So yeah, leave me comments down below on what you guys think about the whole new setup. And yeah, let's get into the actual point of this video, which is my haul. As you all know, 2020 is a complete and utter train wreck. Like, so my bank account and my wallet has endured a lot of damage the last couple of months. Most recently, the last 2 months. So this haul is the result of all the damage my bank account and wallet has endured the last 2 months. So yeah, let's get into it. I have quite a few like makeup and non-makeup but still related to beauty products. So we're gonna start off with the non-makeup items but they're still beauty related. The first one being makeup brushes. So these makeup brushes I bought on AliExpress off the recommendation from Tammy Clark. You most likely have seen me talk about her quite a lot on my YouTube channel because she's one of my favorite beauty YouTubers and I watch her videos all the time. And I decided to like try out her recommendation of buying brushes from AliExpress. And I am pleasantly surprised at the quality. I have not tried them yet, as you can tell, they're still in the plastic wrapping. But just based off the touch and how much I paid for them, I'm like pretty much sold on buying brushes from AliExpress after this from her recommendation. Let me just show you one of the brushes. The brush set that I got is from a brand called Celine, and this entire brush set, I forgot how many brushes are in this brush set, somewhere between 15 to 20. I got the entire 15 to 20 brushes with free shipping for under $15. This was like around 14-ish, $13.50 Singapore for the entire brush set. So like, yes. And the quality wise, it's definitely soft. Not as soft as some of my like more expensive brushes, aka the BH Marble Luxe. It's not as soft as that, but it's definitely way softer and not as scratchy as some of the random no brand makeup brushes I buy from Ezbuy or Shopee or like Q10. So I'm really like excited to try out these brushes. And this brand specifically, Celine, only does synthetic hair brushes, and that's just a personal choice for me. I prefer brushes that do not have animal hair in there, and fortunately I found a brand, aka this brand Celine, that sells brushes that are 100% made of synthetic hair. So yeah, I can't wait to try this out and I'll let you guys know how they perform when applying makeup. Moving on to the next couple of non-makeup yet beauty related items. Majority of them are from Etude House except for one. So I'm gonna start off with the like beauty related item that is not from Etude House, and that is the Aloe Relaxing Emulsion from It's Skin. And this is what the box looks like. I actually wanted to try like emulsions because right now I'm using the currently, I think for the rest of all time, discontinued Etude House Wonder Pore emulsion, and that stuff works wonders for my pores. So I wanted to try out a different emulsion, so I got the one from It's Skin with the aloe ingredient, and this is what the actual bottle looks like. It's actually a glass bottle, so it feels really luxe and really heavy. I got this for like under $10 on Shopee, which is a complete and utter steal. I'll let you guys know how this works out for my skin. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's like, doesn't have a pump, just like an opening right here, no pump, no nothing, no mechanism, you just have to like, and I find that a bit dangerous given that this is a really heavy glass bottle. So yeah, now let's move on to all the non-makeup Etude House stuff. The first one being their lashes. So I got the style number 6 from Etude House. They are false lashes. If you guys watch my full face of Korean beauty video or like my K-beauty haul video, you would know that I tried the number 5s from this particular line, and final verdict on those lashes is that I don't hate them, but I don't love them. The reason being that those lashes are great for people who definitely like do not have any lashes, but for me, on my lashes, they're just so natural. Like you can't even tell that I'm wearing them, apart from the fact that I put them on really wonky, so perhaps you can tell. But like in terms of actually seeing a difference when it comes to my lashes, I didn't really like them, and I found it was kind of pointless to be using those lashes. I wanted something a little bit more dramatic, but definitely less dramatic than the Western lashes, hence these ones. So these, as you can tell, are definitely more fuller and they're a lot longer than the number 5. So I'll let you guys know how this works out. Maybe I'll try the lash glue that comes with this set. Not entirely convinced it's going to be good quality, but I'll let you guys know. So yeah, false lashes. First Etude House item. The next Etude House item is their face masks. Now, I have a history with Etude House in terms of their skincare because it was the very first like skincare brand or skincare item that I've ever purchased myself, like without my mom or my family buying it for me. Like I chose to try out the skincare range from Etude House, and let me just tell you, it has been like a staple in my beauty routine since I was 14. I've been using Etude House skincare since I was 14, and I swear by Etude House skincare. I've not found any other brand or like K-beauty skincare brand that I like more than Etude House. So yeah, I got several of their tea tree face masks. I always use this for like important occasions like the night before to calm down my skin, make sure I don't get breakouts, or like if I have really bad breakouts and inflammation, the tea tree face mask from Etude House is definitely what I go for. So yeah, Etude House tea tree face mask. In store they are about $2, but on Shopee you can get them anywhere from 150 to 90 cents. So yeah, highly recommend checking out Etude House on Shopee. Moving on from that is their Wonder Pore Freshener. It's still in the box because I'm currently trying to finish up my current toner, and this stuff, I swear, is magic. It is complete and utter magic. So I've tried both their toner and their face wash together, and I have never had a better skin period in my life since using this. The cream, the emulsion, and the serum you can kind of skip out on, but you need to buy and use the cleanser and the toner from the Wonder Pore. Like I swear to you, it's so good. I got my best friend on it and she believes me now. She believes how good this line is, especially because if you live in a hot and humid country like Singapore or Malaysia or Indonesia and Thailand, your pores tend to like release a lot of gunk and oil and dirt and whatever. So this helps with your pores like by a lot, and I just cannot speak enough good things about this line, hence why I repurchased it. So yeah, the Wonder Pore Freshener from Etude House. Moving on from that is a micellar water from Etude House as well, and that is their Monster Micellar Deep Cleansing Water in mild. So they have like a heavier duty version which is in an orange packaging, so it's like their micellar water and the oil, and then you shake it up and then you use it to remove your makeup. I personally have moved away from like micellar waters and like makeup removers simply because, like in the liquid form, simply because it's not my primary way of removing makeup, but I recently like started getting back into it to remove specifically my eye makeup, hence why I bought this. And I've always wanted to try it since it came out like a couple of years ago. And yeah, now I finally got to try it because it's available on Shopee for like under $20, maybe even less if you got Shopee coins to like offset the price. So yeah, I got this. And where else can you find a micellar water that is like 700 ml in volume for under 20 bucks in Korea, supposedly? So yeah, micellar water. So that's all for my non-beauty related editing Z here. I meant non-makeup related stuff because when I was filming this, let me just tell you, I was not in the right state of mind. I wasn't even like fueled by coffee or sugar. So forgive me if I talk a little crazy sometimes throughout this video. So yeah, just letting you guys know. Stuff. So let's get on into the makeup stuff. I'm gonna talk about the blush first. So I got this blush. I don't know if I've mentioned it. I'm pretty sure I have this particular blush, and that is the Eclipse Cheek Fit Blusher. I have the shade number 5 right here, which is called Rose Cheek Fit, and I distinctly remember telling y'all that I wanted this particular shade. Like I have the shade down, which is number 6, called Fig, and after trying out number 6, I definitely wanted number 5. Now I got it. So this is what the blush looks like. So number 5 is a lot more on the warm purple side, whereas number 6, which is the shade down from this color, is more like your standard deep browny rosy nude color. So it's more warm tone. This is a little bit more cool tone, like purple, compared to that one. So yeah, I'm really excited to try this out and like see what the color looks on me. That's the Eclipse blush. Moving on from that is a couple of eyebrow pencils. So currently I'm using the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow Pencil, and personally I don't really like the shades. I don't mind the formula of it. I think it's fine. I just don't like the shade because my skin tone and my hair is more on the neutral cool side. Well, not my skin tone, but I mean my hair. My hair is more on the neutral cool side. So the Drawing Eyebrow from Etude House has a more auburn red undertone, which doesn't suit my face and doesn't suit my hair color. So I wanted to try different eyebrow pencils. One of them is the Eclipse Natural Slim Fit Auto Eyebrow Pencil, and this is in the shade grey brown. I thought it was ash brown, it's in the shade grey brown. And yeah, I just wanted to try it. Haven't tried it yet. As you can see, it's in the box. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how this turns out. Moving on from that is the Silky Girl Expert Brow Slim Liner in dark brown. I've tried this before and I actually really like it. The only thing I would say is that if you're planning to try this and you don't like overly creamy or overly pigmented eyebrow pencils, this will not be for you because it is creamy and it is pigmented, like really, really pigmented, bordering on the eyeliner pigmented. So if you're not into that for your brows, don't go for this. I personally like that simply because it's faster. I can just outline my brows and just blend the color out, and then boom, my eyebrows are done. So I'm okay with it and I like the formula. So I repurchased this. Moving on from that is all my foundations. So recently I have been on a foundation binge, which is kind of ironic and funny given that we are in this pandemic where everyone has to wear masks and no one is wearing foundation because it just rubs off all over on your face mask, and you can tell when you take off your mask that it has rubbed off all over your face mask because you have patches of missing foundation on your face. But here I am buying more foundation. So I'm gonna start off with the oldest one, so the one that I got the least recently, like way back at the start of the 2-month like haul kind of thing, and that is the Etude House Double Lasting Foundation in version number 3. So I actually did try this a little bit on my face, like just a little bit here on my jawline, and the reason for that is because I didn't know whether this color I got, which is Amber 27N1, was off for me. I swatched it on my hand, the shade, like once I got it, and I found that it was like Vienna sausage, pink, orange, neutral, and I was like, no. Korean beauty brands have this problem where the darker you go, the pinker or more orange you get. So I was worried that it would be the case, and at first when I swatched it on my hand I thought it was, and then I tried it on my face. I was like, you know what, you want to see the shade, might as well just use it on your face. So I pumped it out and then I used it on my face and it was okay. Still a little pink, like a little pink neutral, but nothing that I can't solve with like a yellow based concealer or a yellow based or yellow tinted powder. So the shade is like perfect minus the undertone. The undertone is kind of still a little pink, but nothing that I can't fix. So yeah, really excited to try this. I've tried the original version. I didn't try the version 2 because I thought that it was just too similar to original that I didn't really need to try the second version. But this third version, first of all, different packaging. It's like more sleek, longer, taller, and it looks, I don't know, it looks more high-end than the original version. So yeah, I'm really excited to try how the formula has changed and how it wears on my skin and everything like that. I'll let you guys know how this turns out, but I know I will probably really like it. And yeah, double lasting foundation from Etude House. Next up that I bought is the Bia Last Skin Foundation. So this is like, Bia is a new favorite Korean brand for me. I swear by their lipsticks. Their lipsticks, perfection. Perfect. I love their lipsticks. I really like their eyeshadow formula too. I have like their eyeshadow duo, amazing as well. I want to get their final shadow palette in Chalk Star. They recently come out with a third one. I don't know what's the name of it yet, but it's coming out soon and I want to grab it. So yeah, I want to try their foundation. The shade that I have is in number 2, Natural Beige. The only gripe I have with this particular foundation is that it only comes in 3 shades, which is stupid and shitty. I have a feeling like this shade would be a shade too light for me, but it's fine. I can deal with it. You guys don't see my neck anyway. It's fine. I am really excited to try this because Bia is a new favorite Korean brand of mine. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how this turns out. Take a water or coffee shot every time I say. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how it turns out because I'm gonna be saying that a lot in this video. I'm sorry. So yeah, Last Skin from Bia. Next foundation is a foundation that has been out for quite a while, but I've never gotten around to trying it because it is mad overpriced at Watsons, and that foundation is the Clear Stay Perfect Foundation. Cure Cover Stay Perfect Foundation. This foundation at Watsons, by the way, Watsons is like Olive Young kind of standard drugstore in Singapore and Malaysia and Indonesia. So it's a drugstore like company, drugstore kind of store. This foundation is sold at Watsons and this is $60 at Watsons. 60 at Watsons. I was like, are you kidding me? Only now, not when it first came out, because of the fact that the new NARS Soft Matte Foundation, I will insert a photo somewhere around here. The new NARS Soft Matte Foundation is $62 at Sephora. This retail price at Watsons is $60. What? It doesn't make sense for a drugstore brand to be selling their foundation at $60 at Watsons. If I spent $2 more, I would have gotten a NARS Soft Matte Foundation, but I didn't have to. You know why? Because I got this for under $20. This is why you buy shit from Shopee, guys. If you want to buy K-beauty, just buy everything on Shopee. You will get way better prices, way better deals. There's also like, if you buy a lot of shit from Shopee, you can get Shopee coins which you can use on your future purchases to lower the price. So like, just buy all your K-beauty on Shopee. Anyway, I've tried the Clear Kill Cover Foundwear XP cushion, so the cushion foundation. I didn't really like it because it was very dependent on the kind of like weather and like your whole environment. If you want me to do like a whole video on it, let me know. I'll do a video on the Kill Cover Cushion Foundation, Foundwear Cushion XP Foundation. So yeah, I wanted to try this out and see how it goes, this foundation. So now the last foundation, a foundation that I just got yesterday that I've already tried before, but they came out with new shades, and that is the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and the shade that I got this time round is in the shade Hazelnut Beige 036. So I've tried this foundation before in the shade 40040. I forgot what's the shade name, but it's the darkest shade at the time, and it was very pink neutral, a lot like the double lasting foundation is like that kind of same light medium kind of skin tone, but with a pink neutral undertone. Didn't really fit my skin. So now that they've come up with a more like yellow warm undertone, I wanted to try it out. I know I like the consistency and the formulation of this, but I do want to try out the shade, so that's why I got this. And I got this for like $8. When retail price, it went up, by the way. This used to be like $13.50, now it's like $14.60. Inflation, guys. But yeah, I want to try this out. The shade, not the formulation, shade. So yeah, that's all for foundation. The next items I'm going to be talking about, or like the category, they are eyeshadow palettes, and most of them I bought within the last 2 months. But the first two eyeshadow palettes I will be talking about are from Chinese brands, which is something that I've only recently started to do. So this brand is not Focallure. I've already talked about Focallure on my channel, and they're not Beauty Glaze, which is a very famous like Chinese brand that sells eyeshadow palettes. Neither of these two. And the brand I'm going to be talking about is called Go Tail. So this is a new brand that I happened to like stumble upon on Easy Buy as I was searching for like new shirts to purchase for myself, because I don't have a lot of basic shirts. And I stumbled upon these and I thought they look really good, and they had quite a few really good reviews with like videos and photos. So I was like, okay, I will try this out. I got their 9-pan Admiring Velvet Eyeshadow Palette, and this is what the packaging looks like. This is, I think, under like around $6, this particular one, and the shade I got is in 601. Before I show you guys the actual like eyeshadow palette, what I realized about Chinese brands that I actually really like is that they are also doing something that I've only seen high-end brands do, which is double packaging their products. So they have like the actual box that houses the product, but then they also have this extra cardboard layer as well. And like the only brand that I vividly remember doing this kind of packaging is NARS, and NARS is a bougie brand. So the fact that like Chinese brands are doing this as well, I find a really nice touch. Makes it feel a little bit more luxe than the price that you're paying for. So yeah, and this is the Admiring Velvet Eyeshadow Palette, like how the compact looks like. It feels really nice quality and really weighty for the $6 something that I paid. And this is what the eyeshadow palette inside looks like. So it's a very like pinky brown, pink kind of like color scheme. One thing that I have to say about this eyeshadow palette is that the shimmer shade, specifically this one in the corner, this pinky white like marble kind of shade, I found irritated my eyes a little bit. But one thing you have to know about my eyes are unreliable, so I have to try it out a little more. I've only tried this once, so I have to try it out a little more and let you guys know what the final verdict is. As of right now, from the first time I've tried it, I really like the quality. For $6, it is amazing quality. It is a little chalky, it is a little like hard to blend, a little patchy, but for the $6 that you're paying and for the quality of the packaging, the shadows, overall, like just in summary, this is a really good eyeshadow palette. So yeah, but one disclaimer: if you have sensitive eyes, you might want to stay away from this eyeshadow palette because of what I said, being the shimmer shade can irritate your eyes. So just a warning for all of y'all with sensitive eyes. And yeah, I want to kind of get the rest of the shades. There are 3 different color schemes in this particular eyeshadow line, and yeah, I kind of want to try them out. So that's the Go Tail's Admiring Velvet 9-pan eyeshadow palette. Moving on from that is their Air eyeshadow palette. So this is like the longer version, and color scheme that I got is in 501. This particular like Air eyeshadow palette is also the same color scheme as the Admiring Velvet one, so it's going to be a pinky nude kind of color scheme. However, for this particular eyeshadow palette, because it is bigger, it does have your more standard like neutral brown shades. So yeah, the top row right here nearest to the mirror has your pinky neutral kind of shade, just like the previous one, but it does have that row of like your standard brown neutrals. So I've also tried this palette once, so I did this palette on one eye and then this palette on the other eye. I had the same issue with this palette using this like marbled pinky white glittery foiled shade. It did kind of irritate my eyes. So for everyone with sensitive eyes, you might wanna stay away from the Go-Go Tails eyeshadow palette because of their shimmers. They're mattes. For the price that I paid, I think for both of them, they were both like under $6 to $7. I would say the quality is actually pretty good. So yeah, Go-Go Tails eyeshadow palette. So moving on from the Go-Go Tails eyeshadow palette, this is going to be the last Etude House product in this haul, and that is the Play Color Eyes eyeshadow palette in Caffeine Holic. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, I'm pretty sure I have, but I am a coffee fiend. I love coffee. I drink about 2, maybe 3 venti size cups of coffee a day. Most of the time it's about 1.5 to 2 because I'm trying to like not go overboard with the caffeine intake. But yes, I love coffee. Love all types of coffee, instant, chain, barista, me, artisan. I love all of them, and hence why I got the Caffeine Holic one, the coffee inspired one. I also heard from like K-beauty YouTubers that the Etude House Play Color Eyes formula has only gotten better with more of their newer releases, and this is what the palette looks like with the Americanos, their macchiatos, and their latte kind of like design. And this is what the inside of the palette looks like. So as you can see, the Etude House like color scheme has a very strong orangey burgundy kind of color scheme. Even though it is like coffee inspired, it's more so on the red, warm red side rather than like straight up browns. Their more recent releases being Bake House and Leather House is more brown neutrals than this one is, which I don't mind. This is pretty much up my alley, and before I put it away fully, I actually bought this palette for the lighter shades because I found that the lighter shade is definitely like up my alley when it comes to work. Going through my eyeshadow palettes recently, I realized a lot of my eyeshadow palettes, though they are neutral color scheme, they are still either too dark or too like not natural enough colors for work, because I am like a future healthcare worker. Hopefully I get a job. Yeah, I am a future healthcare worker. I can't be wearing yellows and like neutral pinks. People in healthcare, most of the time, they wear really sheer eyeshadow colors or like really light browns, which are like almost imperceptible in a way. So yeah, this is definitely a color scheme that I see myself using more for work than like going out and just putting on makeup for the fun of it. So yeah, Caffeine Holic eyeshadow palette. That's the last of the Etude House products. Next up, my favorite Western beauty brand, and that is Revolution. I have 2 Revolution eyeshadow palettes with me that I bought the last 2 months. The first one being a eyeshadow palette that I've wanted for months. Like I've stared at it for months, but since like we can't go back to the UK, like we can't visit the UK currently, and shipping from Revolution to Singapore is not worth it, I held off buying this palette, and no one is like being a third party seller for Revolution either. So like it was a struggle to justify getting this palette until now. So there's a retailer in Singapore called Lacy, I'll link their website down below, that does stock Revolution products. However, the reason why I don't buy Revolution products from them is because the color schemes that they choose to bring in, be it for their eyeshadows, for their powders, for their lipsticks, be it for anything, it's always really very weird. It's not trendy. It is not something that most people will immediately run out to buy, and hence why I've never bought Revolution products from them.
Editing Z jumping in right here to clarify and correct myself and let y'all know that actually I have bought some Revolution products from Lacy, namely the Mega Bronzer and Renaissance Flick eyeliner. However, I still stand by my opinions in this video, in which I personally feel that in my opinion Lacy brings in really weird shades and really weird color schemes. When it comes to Revolution lipsticks, blushes and eyeshadow palettes, the shade and color schemes that they bring in don't necessarily follow the makeup trends that are seen on social media or in the makeup realm. So I don't typically buy anything from Lacey when it comes to Revolution products. So yeah, just letting you all know and clarifying that. Now back to the video.
They just bring in stuff that I or a lot of people would not buy, but then they brought in the Forever Flawless Allure palette. This palette is the one that I've been staring at for months, and they brought it in and I was like, yes. And this is what the color scheme looks like. Hopefully I don't dig my finger into this eyeshadow palette a third time. This is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. It's a more pinky, burgundy, leaning purple kind of color scheme, which I think is a really nice addition to my eyeshadow palette collection, because I don't have anything of this color scheme in my eyeshadow palette collection. Majority of like my purples are cool tone purples, so very blue based, very cool tone, or like my pinks are very red based. So this is a very strongly warm purple color scheme, which I do not have in my collection. And yeah, I'm really excited to try out this eyeshadow palette. And the best part is these 9 shades on this side right here, where my finger is at, these 9 shades are so perfect for every day, so perfect for work. So yeah, I'm really excited to try out this eyeshadow palette. I've only heard good things about this eyeshadow palette, and I'll let you guys know how this palette works out for me. Stay tuned. Alright. Now we're down to the very last makeup product, and that is the I Heart Revolution Chocolate Nude eyeshadow palette. So I got this off of Carousel from someone who recently went to the UK this year in January before we all closed our borders, and she bought this in the UK. She sold this to me for $10, 10 Singaporean dollars, which is like roughly 45% off the original price. All of the I Heart Revolution chocolate bar palettes are £9, which roughly translates to about $17 to $18 Singapore. I got this for $10, guys. 10. It's such a steal. And when I got this palette, I was with my best friend, and it was the first time I met my best friend in a very, very long time. And I told her I regret giving her my chocolate elixir after getting this, because of the fact that I've given my chocolate elixir palette to her, and then I got this palette. It feels like my chocolate bar collection is not complete. And then she just stared at me and she rolled her eyes, my best friend. And she was like, "Are you being serious?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just being a makeup hoarder. Don't take me seriously. I'm just being..." Yeah. So anyway, this is the Chocolate Nudes eyeshadow palette, and the reason why I got this once again is because of work, and because the color scheme, as you can see, is very pale browns, pale neutrals, very, very like subdued kind of colors. So yeah, that's why I got this, and I got this for $10. I'm so happy. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Chi, for like selling this at $10. And yeah, I'm really excited to try this out. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is that quite a number of people have said that the Revolution chocolate bar palettes are inconsistent across the color schemes as of recently, like compared to like their very first few chocolate bar palettes. Obviously the formulation has gone up, like the quality. However, there are some inconsistencies in the formulation of the eyeshadow palettes in this particular eyeshadow palette range. So I'll let you guys know how the quality of the shadows in this palette is like, because I've only had decent to great quality in their eyeshadow palettes from the chocolate bar line. The only one I would say that is a little bit like not to your expectation would be the chocolate bar violet one. The violet one is a little bit like underwhelming. So apart from that, I'll let you guys know how the chocolate bar nudes works out. That's it for makeup. So let's move on into the outro portion. For today's outro, I will not be doing a song recommendation or a K-pop idol of the moment, because the K-pop realm is in like, oh, it's a lot. The last couple of weeks, like the last 2 weeks especially, was crazy. So I'm just going to stay out of that realm for a while. I'm just going to be like, I'm gonna enjoy the music and the variety show, but I'm gonna stay off Stan Twitter, or like even trying to look for Stan Twitter stuff, because the K-pop world is a little cray-cray right now. Instead of those two things, I'm going to be recommending to you guys a drama that I recently started watching. So most of my favorite dramas, especially Korean dramas, are from this studio or broadcasting station called OCN, and OCN specifically specialize in thrillers, horrors, mystery, corruption, cop kind of videos, and they are recently trying out the military team. So it's still thriller and it's still mystery, but it's in a military style, which is new for them. They usually are thriller mystery, thriller detective, thriller horror. That's kind of like their style. So the military one is a new theme for them, and it's called Search, starring Crystal and a few other like new popular faces. And I watched episode 4 I think 2 days ago, yesterday or 2 days ago, and it's amazing. I love it. It has Train to Busan kind of vibes. So if you guys like horror dramas or like thriller dramas, not the western style, I hate western thrillers and western horror. They are very gory, very bloody, and like the plot is always like kind of like I prefer Korean horror, Asian thriller. They are a lot better in terms of the plot line. So yeah, I really recommend watching Search, starring Crystal from OCN, and I'll link the drama down below for you guys to check out. And that's the end of my outro, and that's the end of the video. If you guys like my video, please subscribe, hit your notification bell, leave a comment, leave a like, the usual YouTube stuff. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.